Now, the next important thing that we realize that caused visas, right, is saying things that bores the consular. And we are sharing this from practical experiences, from practical interactions, and from the observations that we've had with students who have gone for visa interviews recently. I'm going to explain what I mean by saying things that bores the visa officer. Now, as I said, the consular or the visa officer is working with time. So he wants to work with you as soon as possible and move to the next person. So you don't have time to become romantic with words, right? So for example, some people will go to the interview, right? And the consular will ask them, have you traveled outside your country before? This is a yes or no answer, right? So have you traveled outside your country before? No, I have not traveled. Yes, I have been to Germany and my last trip was to Dubai. Perfect. But there are some people, when they ask them, have you traveled outside your country before? They are like, no, I have not had any genuine reason to travel. What do you need that for? The consular do not have time. Some of these things, it bores them. Like, no, I have not had any genuine reason to travel. We are not saying that. The answer to the question is no. Just no and move on. You don't have to explain that. And the next question will be like, okay, are you married? This is a yes or no answer. And people like, I'm not married, but I have a girlfriend that I'm planning to marry after I'm done with my studies. Having a girlfriend you are planning to marry have no influence on your visa. Telling the consular that you have a girlfriend that you plan to marry, in that case, most people think that when they say that, they are going to show ties to their home country, right? That's what most people think. That when I say that, okay, I am married, I'm not married, but I have a girlfriend, it shows that it will present to the consular that this person has ties to his home country. But the truth is that having a girlfriend or a fiancé is not a tie, because there's no relationship, there's no commitment in boy-girlfriend relationship. You can end the relationship even after your visa, right? You can end the relationship anytime. There's no social commitment. So it doesn't prove anything. So when the consular asks you, are you married? Say, no, I'm not married. Or yes, I am married with 2 kids. Or yes, I married last 4 weeks. That is very, very, very important. I can't emphasize that enough. So make sure that when they go, and one tip that I will give to those who want to use that question, are you married? And they are not married and they want to use the fact that they have a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship as a family tie. The best advice I'll give to you is that don't focus on that. Rather, why don't you say, I'm not married, but I have, for example, in your family, you are the firstborn, you are the lastborn, you are something unique in your family. You are the only child. So instead of focusing on the boyfriend, focus on your bigger family. I'm not married, but I'm directly responsible for taking care of my mother who is retired. I'm the only son of my mother, and I'm very excited that I'll have this opportunity to go and study and return. If you want to use that as a home tie, then that is what you should tie your case to, right? So when the consular asks you, are you married? If you are not married, just say yes. If you think you will need that to show proof of tie, connect that to your family and leave the boy and girlfriend alone. It won't do anything for you, okay? Those things really bores the consular, right? And the other thing that bores the consular is that people who are not able to talk louder. You see, when we go for the interview, somebody like me from Ghana, I have a different accent. And a consular who is an American also has a different accent. So when a consular asks you a question and you don't talk aloud, you don't talk like you are not bold and you don't talk aloud, some of them will not ask you to speak aloud because they don't have time to pamper you. They don't have time. So make sure that you are speaking louder enough so that you will not bore the consular. So practice some of your responses in the mirror whilst you are alone, whilst you are bathing, whilst you are moving around. Practice it. Don't do it at a point where somebody will think you are mad because you are walking and you are talking. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is that practice your what do you call it? Yourself. Practice yourself. Practice and see how some of these things will work for you. Okay, you practice and you practice and you practice. so that you become conversant with it. There are some people who are rejected visas because they didn't speak louder. It's not like they don't have a good story, or they don't have something to share, but it's because the consular did not hear them. The consular must hear you when you speak. It is very important. So make sure that when you go for the interview, the consular will hear you when you speak. Very, very important.